On this video, Chelsea are causing problems with Milan for Aubameyang. Juve could be closing for both Douglas Costa and Bernardeschi in a few days, and Inter like Alexis Sanchez. What's up, everybody? I'm Marco Messina.
And I'm Michael Cantaris.
And welcome back to Italian Football TV. This is our show where we recap all the latest Serie A transfer news from today and give our opinions on it. And we'll start off with a bit of Napoli news right now. There were some concerns this morning that Mario Rui's deal from Roma to Napoli was not going through, but just minutes ago, it's been revealed by Sky Italia that the deal is done. There were some complications, but everything's been sorted out. Soon he'll be officially announced as a player. Okay,
that's good. We want to see him after his injury. If he's still the same player he was at Empoli, because at Roma, he really never showed that.
Let's move on to Roma news right now, where there is a lot. So Roma offered 18 million for De Vrij. We already know this. We spoke about this on the channel before. Sassuolo are at 25 million, but the problem is Roma don't hold a lot of leverage in this deal because apparently there is some competition from a few Premier League teams according to Corriere dello Sport, so they might cause trouble. They're 7 million away, but Monchi commented on this today saying we're very far apart with Sassuolo for De Vrij and we will not be overpaying for that player.
Yeah, I'm not sold on De Vrij either. And that's a lot of money for someone that's not that Roma are in Champions League, and they shouldn't be getting players like De Vrij. They should be getting bigger players.
He's supposed to be a player for the bench, a backup option, but again, that is kind of a lot of money for Roma, who don't have a lot to spend to get him. Anyway, Monchi commented, and I found this pretty funny and I wanted to include it. He also commented in his interview saying Nainggolan will definitely not leave. I feel like we've heard this before, and he says, we are done selling important players. But I remember, if we look back a little while ago, he said the same thing. He said there's 0% chance that Rudiger is sold. Not only did they say they're not going to sell, they said Roma is not a supermarket. Roma is not a supermarket. Roma is a supermarket. So does that mean that Nainggolan's going to be sold? Who knows?
He better not leave because he's like the icon of Roma right now. If he goes, I'm done with Roma.
The center back, Foyth, we've talked to you about before. Monchi says that they do want another center back, and Foyth today actually pushed Roma away a little bit. He said he knows his agent is in talks to meet with Tottenham. So yeah, maybe even Foyth might not be going to Roma after all.
Why do bad things happen to good people?
But let's move on to some Milan news right now. Aubameyang, there are problems with this deal as Antonio Conte doesn't stop shopping in Italy. Apparently, well, he's not shopping in Italy, he's shopping for an Italian target. Aubameyang is getting tougher because, as we know, his wages are high, 12 million euros. Milan are ready to offer him 8 million, which would make him the highest paid player in the Serie A right now, but his agent and him are not happy about that. And Chelsea are in this deal right now. According to Sky Germany, Chelsea already have 80 million euros ready for BVB, and they could afford much higher wages. And Milan's Chinese money, as strong as it is, it can't compete with Chelsea's Russian money.
That is so true. There's so many questions here. Listen, I'm gonna give you one question. Would you rather get Belotti or Aubameyang? Because they're roughly, give or take, 10 or 20 million away for the same price. Right now, Aubameyang's better, but I feel like Belotti can come in clutch in the future.
80 million is not even gonna get you Belotti. 80 million is not gonna get him.
You don't think the negotiation around that, it's gonna be around that region?
No, I think at least 100 million is what.
You think at least?
That's what I think. I don't think he's gonna sell him for less.
Who would you go for?
No, I mean Belotti.
Belotti. Just for the future.
Banjoni is set to return to River Plate. We knew this one was happening for a while. Biglia did not show up to his Lazio medical today. Again, he wants Milan. Hopefully, this one is concluded very soon. With Juventus news right now, according to La Stampa, who's a very reliable source in Italy, they're Torino based. They're very good with some Juve news. And honestly, I've gotten sick of all the BS that's going around. There's so many out there that will just get you to click in anything. They'll put the biggest BS sources. So yeah, it's really been bothering me just personally, and we don't want to be like that. It's just gotten on my nerves.
I mean, a lot of people have been DMing us about these false rumors. Guys, don't believe everything here. If you have a question, you know, DM us on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, so we can clear this out. They just write anything just to get clicks, and it's not right.
Yeah, they just want to get you to click into the article and use BS sources. Anyway, this comes from La Stampa, who's very credible. Juve could be days away from signing both Douglas Costa and Federico Bernardeschi. Details on Douglas Costa are 10 million loan move with 30 million to buy him, and apparently Bayern have already accepted this. there's a little bit of gray area, gray space in this one because we don't understand if it's obligation to buy or option to buy. Either way, it does make a difference, but we haven't gotten clearance on that. And anyway, they say Bayern have accepted this deal. Douglas Costa already in agreement with Juve, so it seems like this one should happen. And again, same thing with Bernardeschi. Juve apparently have a meeting set with Raiola to meet for Matuidi, according to Corriere dello Sport. And Gazzetta are saying that Juve could be going for João Cancelo, who's Valencia's right back. He's 23 years old. I literally know zero about him. He's gonna cost 25 million, but Juve just made a deal again with Neto, like we know, with Valencia, so hopefully they can lower the price. I got some messages that he's very good, very talented. Do you know, have you watched him?
I haven't heard of him, but everyone keeps talking about how good he is, but then again, I feel like that's every target,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Same thing. Emilio Dero from Juventus, who's the third goalkeeper, 20 years old. He joins Venezia on loan in Serie B. Moving on to Inter right now. Take this one with a grain of salt. It's Gazzetta, that's the only reason why we will include them. They're saying that Inter, like Alexis Sanchez, he's the perfect guy for their team. He's a perfect guy to complement Mauro Icardi. But again, it's a very general statement. I mean, who doesn't like Alexis Sanchez? They're not saying they made an offer. They're not saying it's close. They also do say Asensio and Felipe Anderson are the two backup options, as well as a few others for Inter if they can't get Alexis Sanchez.
Asensio,
Mike,
what?
Is Sanchez to Inter possible?
Not with these reports, but I don't know.
Is it? Can you see it happening this summer?
I don't see it happening. No, I don't
me
see
neither.
it. Asensio, though, I think it can happen, and I heard some good things about him. Don't know too much about him.
He's good.
Our friends are Real Madrid fans, said some good things about him, so maybe
scoring
one of
Champions
those.
League final. Yeah. He knows how to play. Asensio is good, but again, these are just reports of them liking them, and to me, in my opinion, it's just Gazzetta on a slow Saturday where no one in Italy wants to work. They're like, all right, come on, who doesn't like Sanchez? Let's just throw this on there.
Paper, right?
That's what I think. And the last news with Inter will sign Banfield midfielder. He's 20 years old. His name is Emmanuel Ceccherini. He will sign for Inter on Tuesday and then quickly join Genoa to get some experience, either on a loan or a co-ownership, something of that sort. Borja Valero's replacement could be Rincon from Juventus, according to Sky. This is just some flash news. Lazio could replace Cataldi with Cagliari's Di Gennaro, 29 years old. Fiorentina are interested in Jesse Rodriguez. And I just want to say, why are they only starting now? Why are they getting us excited now?
I have nothing to say.
Nothing.
I have nothing to say. I'm so sorry, I have nothing to say.
After they're ready to sell everyone. But yeah, that's with Fiorentina and Torino. Just to conclude this, Zapata is on the verge of making a 20 million euro move to Torino, and Torino have offered 6 million for Donza. Bologna won 8 million euros, so they could be accepting this very soon. I just want to comment on the Torino one. I think 20 million is too much to spend on Zapata. I think Torino do not have that many resources, and 6 million for Donza, fantastic. 6 to 8 million, he's a great midfielder. I really love him. Been in Italy for a long time. I love watching him at Bologna. But 20 million for Zapata, come on.
They do need,
They sold Maximovic for like 25 million.
I definitely agree. They sold the whole defense line. Then get Zapata. He's kind of old. He's not the most reliable, and 20 million is a lot of money. Maybe 5 or 6 million, but 20 million, I wouldn't buy him.
It's a lot for a Torino side, but they are pushing for Europe. They need to fix that defense. I think Donza could be a fantastic midfielder for them. Anyway, guys, that is all the news that we have for you today. Comment below your thoughts on everything that we had to say, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Like if you like this video, subscribe if you're new, and we'll talk to you soon. Ciao ragazzi.